Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 created team with Cadillac. It is the second round of the 2026 season, and tonight we are heading to the shop. We're coming off the back of a really shock result. We were just half a second away from a podium last night after a bit of a crazy race. Very, very early safety car changed almost the entire field strategy. They all dived straight in for hard tyres, bar just like two other cars apart from us. And then we had another late safety car, and that kind of changed strategies a little bit as well, with the uncertainty of the new tyre wear model that we're running. And the uncertainty about where exactly everybody is in terms of pace. It made for a very, very interesting result. These are the current standings. As you can see, Lando took the win, Max was second, Albon finished in third in the Williams, but we ended up just 0.6 of a second behind with Valtteri, being able to push quite hard at the very, very end, just not quite having enough pace in our car to overcome Albon in the last lap or two. Then it was Hadjar from Hulkenberg, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Gasly, and Antonelli, 9th and 10th there. And unfortunately, ignore these two. They should not be there on the grid at all. Perez, Sainz, and Piastri all failing to finish. They all DNF'd. It was a huge, huge impact for Perez, which is already pretty much totaled a powertrain. So that is not good at all. We lost a chassis, we lost a rear wing and a suspension, and that is the current state of his engine. We're already on the second gearbox because the first one was completely destroyed. Yeah, it's going to be a case of engine penalties for Sergio Perez at some point in the season. That's pretty much a given, as we only have 3 engines, 2 ERS and 4 gearboxes, and now we're effectively down one of each of those on that car. So not an amazing start for one side of the garage, a phenomenal start for the other side of the garage. I get the feeling we are not going to see the same today, but who knows? Who knows? How you doing, Wally? How you doing, Dino, Army? Comet, Cat, it's good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Is this a sprint weekend? It is. This is the first sprint of the season. There you can see sprint weekend up here in the top corner. We have pretty good weather all the way across the weekend. So, it is the beginning of the race day, or the race weekend. So, we're going to jump straight in. In fact, actually, it's too late now. There is a way around this. Let me reload the save. There we go. Let's actually take a look. Now that everyone is prepped for the race weekend and any damaged parts will have been replaced, let's actually take a look at the current grid order in terms of performance. So we have Red Bull, who won the Grand Prix. They are actually not looking like an amazing car, it would seem. The numbers there, very much average, although they're very strong in dirty air. Decent speed, not great acceleration, average DRS. Let's see if we can figure out who the best car is. We think it's the Mercedes. It looks pretty much like it is going to be the Mercedes. So let's take a look at the difference between the two in terms of numbers. So not a massive amount of speed difference, but some speed difference there. 0.7 kilometers now. That's actually a nice little amount. They've got a definite edge in acceleration. They're up in DRS by 8%. And then in terms of downforce, we know that Mercedes is pretty much the best on the grid for the downforce across all areas, and Red Bull's pretty much bang average in the middle. But the gap between the low speed here is not that big. Same for medium speed, it's a little bit bigger. And then It's quite a big bit, actually, for the high-speed downforce. They're only up by a couple of percentage points in the dirty air, 1.5 percentage points. They have a lot less tyre wear preservation compared to Red Bull. So Red Bull definitely have that in their toolkit to be able to stretch tyre performances. We might see something very, very different in terms of performance out of these two teams today. Williams had pace at times, but Max was never really in real jeopardy until the very end when he was pipped by Lando. But the McLaren's, the Mercedes was never really in contention for the win at all. So I don't know if we'll see something different. It's a bit of a different characteristic of circuit going into China. If we take a look at the overview here, you can see the sections by speed. There's a real interesting mix of corner types. A lot of medium speed corners. There's a good smattering of high speed corners and a few key low speed corners as well. In particular, we have this little tight left-hander here, which leads into a DRS detection point about here, which then determines all the way down to this hairpin, which exits out to another DRS detection point about here. So again, those two low-speed corners in particular are absolutely crucial. Getting a good exit through here with some DRS, with an ERS, some battery deployment, can set you up for a really good run through this section and even overtakes through this section. So again, that's an important corner to get a really good launch out of. Unfortunately, our car is not great in any of those areas, so I don't know what to expect from us, but we will give it as good a go as we can. It's annoying that you need to load the save to get out of the weekend golf screen. It is, yeah. I wish if you clicked on the race targets that you had the option to go back to the main screen, but unfortunately, once you go here, you're kind of screwed. You have to complete it through or reload. So what do I think we can do? I think we'll go 18th with both and see if we can actually make some money today.
We're just getting settled here in Shanghai ahead of the Chinese Grand Prix. A visit to Shanghai International Circuit can only mean it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. This state-of-the-art track combines high G-force corners with one of the longest straights on the calendar, and with space for up to 200,000 spectators, not a minute of action will be missed.
Don't forget, the schedule this weekend sees the drivers take to the track for an all-out sprint race. A good opportunity to clinch some crucial championship points.
Now let's get the weekend underway.
Once again, we're going to have to approach practice sessions in a very different way. We've seen what goes on with the tyres, and yeah, doing what we used to do just won't work because of the tyres will destroy themselves if we run them too hot or too cold. Got to keep them in the sweet spot, which does mean short running, especially with the new sort of durations on those tyres as well. So we're going to go with a set of soft tyres. Probably going to have to use 2 sets of softs, so no one run through the whole session. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with hard tyres on here. This circuit, in the past, we've gone 2-stop, soft, medium, soft, or soft, soft, medium, something like that. But maybe if tyre wear is bad, a soft, medium, medium. I think we're going to be looking at a medium, hard, medium. So as long as we keep a set of mediums available and a set of hards available, or 2 sets of mediums, sorry, and a set of hards available, I think that will be optimal. So let's use the hard tyres, and we will try and run the entire session. And then we can't obviously touch the other set. So it's about 16, 17 laps. I think 16 laps around here. So double plus a couple would mean, let's put 36 laps of fuel in. That should run us all the way to the end. not much point messing with the fuel loads. We are going to protect the ERS. We're not going to mess around with the tyre pace because they'll just drop into too cool a level, and then they'll start to blister and they'll degrade quicker anyway. So yeah, tyres will stay at normal pace. So 36 laps, and again, ERS will be protected. We're going to run the same engine and power and ERS unit for Perez through practice, and then we're going to switch them out to the new ones for everything else. But we have to run the new gearbox because the other one is completely totaled. Evening hashtag, evening safety Clark, good to see you guys. Let's jump into practice, and let me quickly double check. I don't think we have the replacement suspension yet. No, we don't. I think we've got to wait one more day. So we're locked into this suspension here, the original suspension for Perez for practice, sprint qualifying, and then the sprint. And then we'll be able to put it back on after the sprint for main qualifying.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green light.
So I made a couple of updates to the mods.
And radio
have
check.
been able to fix the issue with Lindblad and Lawson running the same helmet. So Lawson now
radio's
has
very
his
good for
helmet
us.
back, which is excellent for him.
Radio
And
check. When you can-
the driver regression mod has been activated. That's part of the
manage your tyres
mentality
as you
and
wish.
others in the mod list. And I've also added in, which again I thought I'd already put in there, the mod that limits the driver mentality during Grand Prix, you know, their confidence. So instead of getting like +7s and +8s, they should now get a fair bit less than that. We won't be able to see that until we get into the sprint itself. But I have put that in because I thought that was already in there, and for some reason it wasn't. So that's been added back in. Full list of mods, I believe, is in the video description. I don't think I've missed any out. There are a few more that are paywalled than I thought, but you can find good alternatives for free on Overtake if you don't want to get a subscription for some of the liveries. So you can find plenty of Ferrari liveries on Overtake. You can find an Aston Martin Honda and a Red Bull Ford on Overtake, and those are going to be free. But the specific liveries that I'm running that are part of Mr. Only's Patreon are listed below the original bulk of mods. Right, let's get them doing that and see if the tyre temps will be okay. Again, we might have to just stop doing this as well.
Try to reduce curb use and it's unsettling the car.
Copy.
Right, Lawson's on track, actually, so this is a perfect opportunity to just check that his helmet is actually showing. That looks like Lawson's helmet to me.
And try to work on your front tires.
There we go. Moving up. So yeah, there is Liam Lawson, and Lindblad should still have his helmet, and he does excellent stuff. Now I'm just waiting for a Red Bull variant for Isaac Hadjar to make its way onto Overtake, because he is still running a generic helmet at the moment. Evening, Marcel. How's the unction going? You might need to retype that one.
Anything we can help you with?
Oh, I didn't put a setup on the cars.
I
Oh,
really
such an idiot.
Just couldn't go any faster.
God damn it.
Copy that.
I didn't put a setup on either car. So they're just running the basic, everything in the middle. That's not good. That's really not good. I'm going to have to call him in. Which means I'm going to need to do the same with Checo as well. We'll leave him out for an extra lap or two. Let you know, because he's only just going to be hitting that period. So it makes sense to just call him in now as well. Can't believe I forgot to put a setup on.
Watch your speed in the pit lane. Just stop on the marks.
So we're going to be needing to put a low front wing setup on. Rear wing 11 and a half.
Will be stop
probably
on the marks and focus being in the
something
middle
like
of the
a 2.8 on the roll bar. And then quite low on the camber, quite high on the toe. So let's go with 11 and a half, I think. That needs to be down to about here. Let's go with a 3.7. I'm going to drop that down to there. That's not enough on the front wing. Or it's too much here. Combination of both, maybe. Let's go with that. This needs to go up somewhere to probably somewhere around here. I'm going to go to the 2.8, which is what I initially said. I'm actually going to drop the front wing down just a touch. Going to give that a go. See if that works. Let's take a look at Perez and see if we can maybe vary that slightly. Let's maybe go with a 3.5. Let's go all the way up to a 1.9 on that. Still too close here, but that will change when we move the camber. Let's drop that all the way down to there. Let's push that all the way up. That gap looks good. Everything else is either not giving us a reading or just terrible, so we'll try that. Cannot believe I forgot to put setups on. Let's have a look, see if we can see some of the generic helmets. So we've got Kasper Stuka, who's in the garage, damn it. Tim Tramnitz, Bobby Schwartzman. So he is using a default generic helmet for Audi, which I think looks pretty good. It's even got Revolut branding on the side of it. Who else do we have? Ugo is out there in a McLaren default helmet. Oh, actually looks quite nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I like that. Actually looks like a genuine racing helmet. Is there anyone else out there? No, no one else is out there at the moment. Almost done with our reconfigures. wish I had alternate helmets for this mod. Might have to message Mr. Only and see if we can get a second helmet added. Alright, let's keep an eye on Kashba. See if he comes back out. Yes, there he is. So now we can have a look at the default helmet, which I think is the same one that Yuki's going to be running. It does kind of look like it. Yeah, that's the same helmet that Yuki's running by the look of it. Which kind of makes sense. No default, no custom helmet for Yuki Tsunoda that doesn't have Red Bull branding slapped all over it. So that's why I'm running a default helmet for Yuki as well. Hashtag got F1 Manager 24 mods yesterday and customized calendar. What, a mod that specifically customizes the calendar? I mean, you can do that with the online database editor. You can add and remove races. You can set the weather. You can determine whether it's a sprint or not. Don't need to install anything for that.
How does the car feel?
So far, pretty good.
Copy that.
All right, so we have something. 77%. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement there, but we're not going to call him back in because we've already limited their runtime by a bit. And 76 for Checo, so also
No, all felt fine.
Copy, noted.
plenty of room for improvement there as well. Tyre temp's not ideal, but they're not too far away. Still got enough rubber to get through the whole session, so that's fine. And this is because I'm telling them to avoid curbs. I'm doing that primarily. Oh,
Went off there.
mistake for Perez at turn 1, 2, something like that. It says
Let's
turn
see what
16, but
happened there. Along the
oh no, it
straight
was
here.
turn 16.
And that won't help their
I
chances.
thought it was
and they
up
might
here,
want to take a
at
look
snail
at the
shell.
floor of the car there because that won't do it any good.
Yeah, if we were telling them not to avoid high-risk curbs, their temperatures would be a bit higher. But it also does more damage to the components if they are hitting the curbs, so I'll make that sacrifice. Just to give our cars a little bit more prolonged durability.
How are we looking?
There's a yellow flag now.
Spin for Kimi. This is at the hairpin, I think. Yes, it is.
I lost the rear.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Just saw some ghosting that I wasn't expecting. Let me, yeah, that's turned itself back on again. I don't know why. There we go. Session is done. We've got to make some blind changes to the setups and then send them into sprint quali. So let's get ready for that. But first, a word from whatever YouTube decides to throw at you.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Okay, let's take a look then. What can we improve? Oh, okay, so that's going to be an 11 then. Let's go back to a 3.7. Dial the front wing down a touch. Let's go like that. Let's push that out. That's going up a bit too much. Let's go all the way up there. So this is either going to be a 3.7 or it's going to be a 1.9. It could be either. I'm going to go with the 3.7 on this car. Let's, before I forget, change out the engine and ERS unit. How bad's the ERS? 34%. For the sprint, I think I'll keep that in. Right, let's take a look at this setup. So we're going to want a bit more rear wing on this one. So that can't be a 1.9. There's not enough wiggle room over here. So let's go to a 2.8. Let's bring this down a bit. And let's try... try that. Yeah, try that. Let's see how that works. We have to use medium tyres for the qualifying. Apart from that, we are good to go.
Four seconds. 3, 2, 1. Green light.
Alright, we're not going to be the first ones on track. I expect the track to ramp up pretty quickly. Well, not in this session, it would seem. So, let's let a couple of cars go out. We've only really got the ability to do 2 runs. Before the tyres will be completely useless. We only have this one set of tyres for this session. I'm hoping that we've managed to stay out of the way of most people.
Bottas coming through now.
Ah, damn it. We did kind of get in the way of George a little bit. Perez out of the way of the Ferrari. In the event, do I have first lap crash mod on? Which mod is that? I've got the realistic racing mod, which does, I think, increase the chances of an incident on the first lap. But but not massively
Coming past
increase the
you now.
chance. So, I mean, we don't want to see smashes at the start of every Grand Prix. That just takes away the specialness of something actually happening. All right, so the McLarens have set the pace. 134.0 for Norris. Piastri in second. There goes Max.
Okay, gap is good. Must go now. Perez very close.
And track is clear, track clear. It will be
Alright, let's
mode
cut
push
to
for last
Valtteri.
corner.
Max at P5. And is he going to be in the way? A little bit. It's not great, but it's on par with Lawson. Perez also a 25.0. These low speed, high downforce sections are going to be brutal for us, I think. .28.8 again, on par with Lawson. So we're looking around mid-pack on this run. 29.0 for Perez. His car not quite as good because he's got that damaged DRS that he's running and he's on the Mark 1 suspension. We'll have a brand new ERS and a brand new suspension for the race itself. Antonelli's crossed the line, he's 19th. He was up by a couple of tenths, but we had a much better final sector. So we do slot in with an identical time to Liam Lawson in 14th place.
Mode in, please. Mode
What
in.
about Perez?
Yes, copy.
Up to the line. And he's only 19th. So I don't think Perez is going to get out of this session. Well, maybe. We'll see what happens in the next run. There's still time for one more run. We should have a little bit of tyre life left. Let's see what the tyres are looking like. We're at 90%, so how hot the rear tyres are. It's starting to cool down now. That's good. So we'll get back to the garage. We'll send them straight back out again, or pretty much straight back out again, and do a second run. And then there's all sorts of opportunity for traffic to play a factor. So we may yet get through, but on the face of it, it's not looking good. Right, who has gone out early? Arvid Lindblad has gone out early in the RB Ford. Hulkenberg is out there on the Audi. Can't change their base colour, unfortunately. So they can still show us green. Hulkenberg using a default helmet by the look of it. Why is his helmet not working? That's annoying. Bortoletti are going to be broken as well. I might have to fix that. I did move some files around a little bit and I might have broken them. I'm going to check everybody now, actually, I think. So Piastri looks like he's running his helmet. Yes, he is. Max is running his. Gasly's running his. Russell, Colapinto. Hulkenberg is broken. Ocon is fine. We know Lawson's fixed. Bortoletto. Oh, I need to reconfigure and send out, don't I? Before I forget. Yeah, Bortoletto's broken as well. So I've broken Sauber. I need to fix that. Evening, Johnny. Lindblad we know is fine. Sainz is wearing his helmet. Hadjar's wearing the Racing Bull default. Or the Red Bull default, sorry. Behrman is running his helmets. Antonelli is running his. Leclerc's running his. Hamilton's still in the garage. So is Norris. I wonder if these guys aren't coming back out again. The time is ticking away. I think they're staying in the garage. I mean, they're through. Same with Albon.
So you're in a good position.
Alonso is not out either. Maybe he's already run. Lindblad's coming up to finish his lap. Let's see if he can improve. Currently in danger. And he improves to 11th. Found a good chunk of time as well. Who is going to be next up across the line? Hulkenberg has crossed the line. He's up to 12th. So he's currently through. We've got Sainz, Ocon and Behrman. There is Sainz. And there is Behrman.
Good. Okay, you're good to go.
So let's follow Behrman.
Track is clear. Track is clear.
There will be mode push for last corner. Mode push.
Looks like we're going to get some clear track. We might have some traffic to fight through, but we're through the spiral at the beginning without any delays. That's good. Piastri's just set a personal best in the middle. Hadjar's just gone purple in the first. Sainz improves to 7th. Ocon is 5th. Behrman now goes 7th. We are both drivers in the drop zone. Antonelli now goes purple in the final sector. Leclerc purple in the middle. I don't think we've got enough pace to get through. We're definitely fighting Lawson. And if anyone's going to get through, it's going to be Valtteri. Perez, I don't think, is going to be able to do it. He's not improved in the middle sector. Surface temperature of the tyres is screaming, look. We're up a 10th on Liam Lawson, but we're both going out at the moment. Have we got enough pace to knock out Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg's out, so now it's Lindblad. Lindblad's out. Colapinto in the drop zone, or in the danger zone. No improvement for Valtteri, no improvement for Perez. We are out in 20th and 21st. That, I think, is a more reflective pace of where our car actually is. At least in one lap pace. Leclerc has gone quickest. He has set the pace. Antonelli is out. That is a shock. That is a big shock. He had a terrible final sector look. 42.0. He was down half a second to Valtteri. Slower than Perez. He finished bottom in that final sector, so he hit traffic, and that has done him. All right, let's see who sticks it on pole for the sprint then. It's George. That Mercedes coming good. Max in second. Then it's Norris in third. Leclerc fourth. Hamilton fifth. Piastri sixth. And it's Sainz and Albon. Bortoletto and Behrman rounding out the top 10. That's a very interesting starting lineup for the sprint. We may yet start from the pit lane if we can make some tweaks to our setup, seeing as we're already starting at the back of the grid. The sprint is next.
Hello and welcome as our Grand Prix weekend continues, and the sprint will soon be upon us. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams. But as ever, in Formula One, an extra challenge is an extra opportunity.
The big draw today is the opportunity to grab some extra championship points. After all, they could make the difference when the season comes to a close.
Well, it's not too long now until the sprint around Shanghai, where we'll see who comes out on top.
All right, let's take a look at those setups then. 87% for Valtteri. Yeah, we did get it wrong here. That is a 9. Okay. We're at the back of the grid, so we may as well make that change now and fine-tune it before qualifying. This needs to change. Bring that back up a little bit more. I'm going to drop that down a touch more. Hopefully that will fix that and that. I'm not so sure about the cornering value, but we'll definitely fix the traction. Let's take a look at Perez. It's just a front wing change. I'll drop that down to there. It's going to break a few things, but actually we may as well. I say we're at the back of the grid, so we may as well. Let's leave it there. And seeing as we've gone for the pit lane start, let's put the ERS in now as well. Right, what do I want to do with tyres? I don't really want to go with the softs. Normally in this sprint I would have gone softs and then just nursed them and protected them, but we know that if we go too cold on the tyres it will blister them and destroy them, so I guess mediums. And check what compounds we've got available. Yeah, that'll still leave us 2 sets of mediums for the race, set of hards, and then whatever softs we don't use in main qualifying. So let's go with that.
Here we go, the sprint in Shanghai. And it's lights out, and away we go.
It's a monster start from Russell. And there we go. We are leaving the pit lane.
The car in front of you is Nico. Gap is 4.2 seconds ahead of you now. Car behind us, Perez.
And there we go. We're on to the back of the field really quickly because there's a lot of slow corners with a lot of bunching in the braking zones.
Car in front is Bottas.
Everybody running the medium tyres. A reminder, we cannot at any point see the wear rate on our opponent's tyres. Russell is trying to sprint away, look. He's got the gap just over a second to Max. Are we really going to see some strong signs of pace from Mercedes in this Grand Prix? Antonelli down in 17th. Let's see if he can move up the order a little bit. DRS will activate when we get around to the back straight.
Behind you have Perez.
He's having a little look at the outside of Alonso there. Straight line speed is the problem. Well, it's one of the problems. Not going to push for another lap or so yet. I'm going to make sure that Valtteri doesn't drop Checo though.
DRS.
Yeah, copy.
See if we can drag Perez along a bit. We see Alonso now making the move on Colapinto up the inside, and he gets through. So Aston's now running 14th and 15th. Bottas has got himself back into the train range. Perez struggling to stay with Valtteri.
Okay, remember mode push. Copy. Charge on. Copy.
Neither RB having a particularly strong weekend at the moment. 19th and 20th just ahead of us. Perez almost now in range.
Copy.
Still, I don't think it's going to get the DRS. And Lawson is dropping away from Lindblad. Lindblad's looking to try and make a move on Hulkenberg and gets that move done. He's up to 18th. Can he hold it? Trying to go around the outside as Bottas tries to go to the inside. Bottas yields, but Lindblad is through. Perez is still not able to keep pace. I think this is going to be a very, very painful weekend for Checo. Again, let's not forget, for this race and the next one as well, he will have a slightly worse performance than expected because he is doing some sponsor work for us. We won't see the true kind of performance out of Checo until we get to round 4. Assuming we don't have to put him back into sponsor work again. And there we go. Now we've got him in range. So now we can start to work on moving Bottas up a little bit.
Copy, mate.
Mode push.
Copy.
And Russell's now 3 seconds ahead of Max. He's just galloping off into the distance. Question remains, though, is how hard is he pushing his tyres to achieve that pace? Is Max playing it a little bit more careful? He has got better tyre preservation on his Red Bull than that Mercedes of George, so that may play a factor towards the end. Norris is sniffing around the back of Max again, just like he did in Australia. He chased Verstappen all the way through the race and then took the lead from him on the start of the final lap.
Charge on.
Copy.
15 laps to go. We're still rooted very much to the back of the field with the RBs just in front of us and one of the Audis. Antonelli's still stuck down in 17th, but Colapinto is just about being dropped by Alonso, so expect Antonelli to move forward on this lap. Perez being dropped again. I think we're just going to have to ignore Perez, unfortunately. Let's try and keep him close.
Use the energy.
Copy.
Mode push now.
Copy.
Well, we've got an opportunity here. Lawson has made a move to try and go around the outside, and that's going to allow us to get a slipstream
He does have DRS on you.
from the Audi. Just couldn't get it done under braking though. And we have a yellow flag. Bortoletto is locked up. Run a little wide.
So here we go, heading into turn 1. Struggling with the car. Now they did leave it very late.
Managed to get going pretty quickly. Well, that has cost him 4 places.
And we need charge button on.
Okay, copy.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
Still no way through. How are our tyres looking? Slightly below prediction, but only slightly. Hulkenberg and Lindblad fighting again.
He has DRS.
And this is a chance for Valtteri. We give Lawson a little bit of a squeeze and we are through.
You're doing a really good job.
Now we can see what happened. Now this was Valtteri Bottas. The opportunity begging to be taken.
There was that little
And
squeeze.
now Bottas moves up the field.
Didn't push him off, just made it uncomfortable for him, and it was enough to get us through.
So mode push.
Copy.
And now let's see if we can make a move on Nico Hulkenberg.
Very happy with tyre management. Yes, yes.
Just don't have enough oomph out of that corner to line him up. But Hulkenberg is just just hanging on to the back of Lindblad. If he doesn't get the DRS, he will be vulnerable to a move from Valtteri into the hairpin. And it does look like he's been dropped. Oh, it's very close. It's very close, but I think we've got him. Russell now nearly 5 seconds clear of Verstappen. It's his sprint to lose now.
Lawson, how's DRS?
We're going to go up the inside. Can we complete the move? Not this time. We can have another bite at the cherry into turn 1, and Bortoletto's into the pits. That lockup has really hurt his tyres then. Once again, Nico able to hold back Valtteri.
Suggests that you can reduce the amount of lift and coast at turn 1.
It's got a little bit better chance to outbrake Nico. Let's try and put a little bit of pressure on Lawson as well.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Copy.
So Bortoletto has gone for a set of soft tyres. They should go the distance. They have a predicted life of 10 to 15 laps, circuit dependent. Hülkenberg did get the DRS, but we have got an opportunity to try and get him up the inside in the braking zone here. Side by side on the exit. And this time we can out-drag him. Behrman's into the pits. And so is Hülkenberg. So we are seeing the AI really pushing their tyres. Going for a set of softs. They will have strong pace on those tyres.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Yeah.
Less worried about the Audis, but a little bit more concerned about Behrman. Are we going to see other pit stops in this sprint as well? Both RBs about to be put a bit of pressure from our drivers. Lawson's just about keeping the DRS to Valtteri. But if he drops it, Perez will have an opportunity. Lindblad's just outside of Colapinto's DRS, so there's an opportunity here for Valtteri. Ten laps to go. Russell now 5 seconds clear from Verstappen. Norris nearly 3 seconds further back. Leclerc's got in front of Piastri.
Lawson, how's DRS? 1 second behind.
The two Williams drivers, 7th and 8th, keeping Hamilton... Well, Sainz is keeping Hamilton on his toes. Seventh and 8th, the last points positions in the sprint. So Ocon in 9th, not in the points at the moment. And here is a chance for Valtteri. Lindblad trying to fight him off. And successfully does so. And that's going to compromise our exit speed here for Valtteri.
Back to doing lift and coast now.
Copy.
And some lift off, if you can.
Copy. This is getting frustrating.
There's progress to be made.
would not be at all surprised to see some 4 stops in the full race. Given that the AI has been boxing on mediums here in the sprint. Whether that was a tactical decision just to try and get some clear air and some pace, or whether it's just because they burnt their tyres out. Bortoletto, I think, was certainly more hampered in that choice because of that big lockup.
Yeah, copy.
We are keeping our tyres healthy enough. We'll have a little bit of wiggle room to play with. Do need to start thinking about rebuilding Valtteri battery a little bit, but Lindblad is so close to getting back into Colapinto's DRS. I do not want to let him do that and us drop out, and then he's gone.
Currently P70.
So I'm going to have to really try and pick my opportunities to do that.
Car behind it is Lawson. He's 0.5 behind.
Once again, we're just about in a position to drop Lawson. At least I thought we were. He might have just closed right back up again in the corners he has. Right, let's try and get clear. Let's give him that extra little bit of tyre just for this move.
Copy.
Behrman's now just under 4 seconds behind and closing quickly. He did a 1:36.0 on that last lap. There he is. We can see him. Got the move up the inside. Can we complete the move? Yes, we can. Now we have to keep pushing just to try and get back to Colapinto. I am wondering how much extra pace we've got if we've got clean air. Again, not knowing the state of the tyres for the opposition means, are we just losing time being stuck in dirty air? Or... oh, whoa, there goes Arvid Lindblad. That's a safety car there.
We need to do the full management on this set.
That was a big
Now, this
spin
was a
out of
turn
control there for the young rookie. Only his second Grand Prix.
And that's the moment the car ploughs into the wall. And that's one surefire way to put a dampener on your weekend.
And he is out.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
VSC. Stay as
Get
close
those
as you
batteries
can to 0 on the
refilled.
Delta.
Get a little bit of spare fuel.
And we need to...
There is the broken remains of that Racing Bull. I wonder if we'll see anyone box
It's a big one.
to put on a set of soft tyres under this VSC. Get a slightly quicker pit stop than
Watch
normal.
for debris on the circuit. We are P16. Lawson behind you. He's 1.3 seconds behind.
The leaders are staying
8
out.
laps to go, including the one you're on.
If we're going to see anybody box, it's going to be sort of this part of the field, I think. Clark working from home in this one. All right, tyres are cooling down a bit too much.
We don't think we need any lift and coast.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Yeah, copy.
So within the next few corners, I'm expecting us to go back to green flag. I would certainly expect it to happen before the end of the lap. Or maybe I'm just completely misreading it. Maybe it will go a bit longer. Tyre temps are definitely still dropping with this reduced pace.
Energies are good.
Copy.
Perez's battery is fully charged. That's good. That'll allow him to go on an immediate attack against Lawson. Valtteri is not
You could
quite there
say
yet.
less.
Oh, yeah, copy.
Oh, and there we go. Back to full running.
Yeah.
And more energy available.
Okay, copy.
Let's get these tyres back up to
DRS
temperature. And we've got a
enabled.
chance here for Checo.
Charge on.
Copy.
A spin for Gabriel
Now we
Bortoletto.
should be able to take a look here. Nothing wrong so far. And then the car just goes. Oh, dearie me.
Not a
you
good
don't
race
want
for
to be
him
doing
today.
that.
Lawson's going to get DRS, I think. Yes, he did. Tyre temps are still falling.
Continue, keep going.
Mode push.
Okay.
Now they're going back up. That's good. Bottas is closing the gap to Colapinto. Perez starting to put some pressure on Lawson. Behrman's just 2 seconds behind us.
And tire temperatures are good.
Copy.
Look after the tires, please.
Yeah, copy.
Slow down now.
Almost in DRS range, and Behrman's right with us. Look, he's flying up to the back of us. Perez with a look, not close enough.
Race is long.
Yeah.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy.
Right, come on, Valtteri.
No worries, mate.
Really try and close
Still
up
margin to
through
push a bit
this
harder through turn
sector
6
here.
and turn 12.
Get that DRS for the back straight. Maybe.
Tyre
Maybe
temps
not.
look Good.
Copy.
Oh, Behrman is trying to get us.
What about tyres?
Starting to struggle a bit.
concentrate and get your tyre temps down.
Copy.
Right, we have a 1 second
So,
gap,
deploy,
or less than
deploy.
1 second gap. Can we keep that up to the line here?
Charge on.
We can. We got the DRS. Perez is in trouble. The temperatures here going up in the dirty air.
Continue like this.
Antonelli still has not really made the progress I was expecting him to make.
A long way to go.
He's kind of stuck at the back of a 3-car train behind the 2 Astons at the moment. Oh, lack of downforce is just killing us through the corners. Look, we're losing. That's where we're losing all of our time. Dropped off the back of Lawson again as well, despite using battery. Yeah, we definitely need to keep pumping more into developing this car. It is a long way from where it needs to be right
let's
now.
Concentrate.
Three laps to go, and I think this might be the peak performance we've got. 16th and 18th. Don't know if we're going to have enough to actually get past Lawson. I don't think we're going to have enough to get past Colapinto.
3 laps to go.
Copy.
And charge button on, charge on.
Copy.
Come on, Valtteri. Stay with him.
Just do your best. Mode push.
Copy.
It's still very early in the season, so I still don't really know whether our lack of performance in the corners is mainly down to the downforce or, you know, is being heavily affected by the dirty air, which is also a really bad stat for us. Given everything for the last 2 laps in terms of tyres. Well, I say everything. This is pretty much everything.
Tires are good to push.
You can't go full push on the tyres now for very long at all before they just disintegrate.
1 lap to go at the end of this one.
Copy.
On the penultimate lap of the sprint,
Charge
both
on.
drivers within half a second of the car in front. The threat from Behrman hasn't gone away completely. It's still lurking in the background. This is about as close as Valtteri has been to getting Colapinto.
This is a long race.
Heaping on the pressure now.
Charge on.
And Lawson has dropped Perez, so Perez is going to have to just sit in 18th and try and keep Behrman behind.
Very happy with your tyre use.
Yeah,
We
copy.
have definitely got a chance now to get past Colapinto here.
Okay, mate.
It's a long run down to the hairpin. We have the slipstream, we have the DRS. I'm guessing we have a little bit of extra tyre against him as well. Up the inside, and the move is done. That is 15th place for Valtteri, which is about as good as we could expect today.
Good job, mate. You're currently P15.
Now we have enough
Tsunoda
battery, I hope, to defend on the final lap.
Tsunoda is 3.5 seconds in front.
Perez trying to keep Behrman at bay.
Copy.
The Audis have not closed the gap at all. And we are pulling away from Colapinto, so I do think maybe if we'd been able to get past him earlier, we might have had a chance of potentially going a little higher. You can see Antonelli has split the two Astons now. He's leaving Yuki behind, trying to go after Alonso. There's not enough time left. We are closing in on Tsunoda.
Mode push.
Now we can just burn out whatever's left in the tyre.
If you are able to increase pace, it would be a good time to do it.
And push.
Behrman's dropped away. I think we've just about been able to hold him back.
Today, George
But we're not going to get Lawson. Russell wins.
George Russell did so well today. He really deserved
Got an amazing
that sprint
launch
win.
off the line and never looked under threat.
And their hard work is rewarded with maximum points.
And is that going to be a regular sight this season? George taking the win. It's only a sprint, so it's only 8 points. Valtteri will come home in 15th place. Checo is going to be able to hold on to 18th.
That's the checkered flag.
And if we can replicate that in the Grand Prix, then that is maximum sponsor payout of about $900,000. It's not a lot. But it is some extra cash that we are absolutely going to need this year. Try and kickstart investment in our car.
Valtteri Bottas misses out on the points in today's sprint.
At the end of that, it's a 15th place finish.
So, confirmation of the sprint results. It is a win for George. Max in second. Lando third, which means he should stay top of the drivers. Leclerc fourth. Oscar in fifth. He did get past Hamilton. Then in seventh, it's Sainz. Albon in eighth gets the final sprint point. Ocon up 2 places to take ninth. Hadjar up into the top 10, but no points for him today in the sprint. Then it was Gasly. Antonelli gaining 5 places in the end, up to 13th place. Bottas up 6 to take 15th behind Yuki Tsunoda, ahead of Colapinto, Lawson, Perez, Behrman, Bortoletto, Hulkenberg, and Arvid failing to finish.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
The Shanghai International Circuit is notoriously tough on tyres, so expect to see that factor into the team's strategies as they deal with this busy schedule.
There's Red Bull's driver there getting ready for today's session. What have you made of them recently, Karun?
They set a great lap in practice, so you can only imagine how good they're feeling going into qualifying. But the big question is, will they be able to keep this performance up?
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
All right, so we got pretty close with the setups, 99%. I did and ah about moving that and decided against it. We should have done, and it would have been 100, but we can do it now for free before we go into the main qualifying. We are 4% away here, so my guess is that that needs to go to 3%. We'll leave that where it is. We will push that up to there. Get that back to optimal. Hopefully that's not going to break. I'm a little wary of that braking, actually. Let's see. Do I go down or do I go up? I'm going to go up to 2.9. Now I can't guarantee that that's going to be where it needs to be. Choices. I think I am going to go with the front wing. Let's go 3 on the front wing and just hope that that works. I'm not convinced. I think I might have broken it a little bit more. But if we just move the front wing, we can always move it back and go settle for 96% if worst comes to worst. All right. First round of qualifying.
So now we have green light.
Not going to see huge changes in track condition, but there will be some. Let's get a clean lap in if we can. Bortoletto has already hit the track.
We need a good warm-up on front brakes.
Got it.
So Valtteri's starting confidence is actually going to be in high confidence. That's nice. Perez just below. It's so tiny, the gap. He's pretty much there.
So you're in a good position.
Antonelli leaving the garage. We also have Ocon on track now as well. And here comes Lando. We have a yellow flag. That is a spin for Antonelli out of the pits.
Single yellow.
Copy.
That's not going to do those tyres any favours whatsoever.
And the control's lost, and that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
What a shocker.
We're looking good.
Oh, wrong button.
Good to go.
There we go. That's what I meant to do. So, not a good first sector for Perez. I'm guessing he got held up by that McLaren. Strong first sector for Valtteri. Couple of tenths up for Valtteri there in the middle. Perez might yet have more traffic to deal with at the end of the lap here. Ocon's gone quicker in the first sector. And in the middle sector, so he's up by a few tenths now. Perez is second at the moment. That's about to change. Valtteri goes top with a 134.2. It's a second quicker than Bortoletto, but Ocon is going to go faster than us. Question is by how much. Perez lost 1.3 seconds in the first sector to Valtteri. The rest of it made up across the rest of the lap. And Ocon 2.5 tenths quicker than Valtteri there. Here's the reigning world champion, Lando Norris. Max looking pretty quick at the moment as well. He's gone purple in the first sector. That's Hamilton ahead, just about to start his flying lap, I believe. Antonelli getting out of the way, having finished his lap. He's gone top. Norris is second. So that is a mighty difference in pace for Antonelli over Norris there in the second half of the lap. Hamilton's helmet's broken. Oh man, I've broken everyone's helmets.
Speed limiter on.
Stop in front of the garage.
That's a default Ferrari helmet, I think. Kind of looks a little bit like Hamilton's helmet, but
Please stop on the marks.
in red colours. Leclerc has got his helmet, so yeah, we've broken Hamilton's helmet. I am going to have to fix that later tonight. That's a good looking default Ferrari helmet though. So Max is third. Antonelli really did put in a strong lap there. George is starting his lap. We'll cut to him in just a second. And he's had a terrible first sector. You know, 1.2 seconds down on Hamilton's time. Hamilton's only good enough for 7th. 8 tenths of a second behind Antonelli. Starting to think that Antonelli may have got a boosted lap time with some slipstreaming somewhere. Let's see what Russell can do at the end of the lap. There's a fair bit of traffic in front. All fighting for position here. Oh, it's a mess. Yeah, this is going to be a terrible time for George. Tsunoda pops up into third. Colapinto into fourth. We're going to run again on these same tyres and then put a new set on for the end of the session. Alonso in 13th is 7 seconds off the pace. George nearly 2 seconds off the pace.
So watch out for the next car.
Oh, look how much time. Alonso lost an eternity in the final sector there. He lost 6.5 seconds just to Russell in that final sector. Here comes Hulkenberg. He's good enough for P6. Quicker than Piastri. Leclerc on his flying lap. Pretty decent lap time. It's being matched right behind him by Carlos Sainz. up to the line for Charles Leclerc. And he's only good enough for 9th. That lap time for Antonelli can't be indicative of his true pace. Sainz in 12th.
You should have no traffic issues.
Here's Valtteri
So
with
remember,
returning to the pits. Alonso behind him.
Watch for traffic. Charge button off for last corner.
And we have Behrman starting his flying lap right behind us with Perez. So Perez is potentially going to be compromised here, having to defend at points from Behrman, or even getting overtaken by Behrman. Either way, it's not going to be a stellar lap time for either of them. No improvement for Valtteri this time around in the first sector. Perez has improved, but he got held up quite badly, I think, in his first run. Still down 3/10. Gasly's just pumped in a mighty first sector. And there goes Behrman, swooping around. That actually happened in a position that won't have had too much of an impact on our lap time. It won't be great, but it will certainly help Perez here at the end if he can keep the slipstream down the back straight. Look how much time he was down on Behrman in the middle sector. 1.3 seconds. Sainz, I think, getting out of the way. Bottas hasn't improved at all. Got a Red Bull keeping as tight to the inside as he can.
Currently
So
P10.
we're still 10th. We're splitting the Ferraris,
In
which
box
is
this lap.
weird.
Understood.
Did not expect that kind of pace out of Valtteri. But you can see here, even with really, really strong confidence, now only seeing +2s as opposed to what it would have been like +4, +5s, maybe even +6s. Now that we've got the driver confidence limiter back in play. Gasly in second. We could be in for a really, really strange grid in this Grand Prix. We're going to have time for one more run on brand new tyres. Let's hope we can get clean runs and see if we can achieve something. Pre-race favourite George now starting his second flying run. I'm going to assume that they are new tyres, but they could be scrubs. Again, that information is locked out. We will never be able to see the condition of the enemy tyres.
Make sure your limiter is on. Okay, just stop on the marks. Good thing.
And we need speed limiter on, and then stop in front of the garage.
Surface condition of the tyres looks pretty good though. No, he's run wide at the start. Oh, what a shame for George. That's scuffed his first sector. 24.8. Yeah, it's down 4/10 on Alonso's first sector there. He's going to get a clean lap though, barring his little lock-up at the start. That's a mighty middle sector, purple, 3/10 up on Alonso. Alonso goes up to P3. Russell's going to be there or thereabouts. He's down a 10th at the moment. It's all dependent on this final sector. It's a 40.8. That puts him ahead into 3rd place. If he'd had a good first sector, he'd have been top. So that Mercedes pace is scary right now.
And track is clear, track clear.
Both Ferraris edging
And
their
charge
way
button
down
off,
into the
charge
danger
button
zone.
off for last corner.
Gap is currently good. Go, go, go.
See what we can achieve here. Sainz has crossed the line, popped up into P4. That's knocked Lawson into the drop zone, and the Ferrari of Hamilton right into the danger zone. Perez has had a really good first sector, 24.7 compared to his previous run. 24.4 for Valtteri. That's on par with Alonso. Albon goes top with a mighty final sector. Lindblad has got himself up into 10th place. Ferrari about to start their flying laps. They both need a time. Perez up to the hairpin, potential traffic at the end of the lap here. Perez improves, but it's only good enough for 19th. He just fell away in the final sector. Valtteri improves to 15th.
You are P15.
And now it is down
Load
to the
one.
racing gods. Hamilton has just gone blisteringly quick in the first sector here.
Obviously.
Leclerc in behind is in the dirty air. It's affected his first sector, but he should get a really strong closing for the lap. It's a purple middle sector for Hamilton. Hamilton's definitely getting out. I don't know about Leclerc. I would imagine he's got enough pace to get out. Behrman could yet knock someone out as well. Up to the line for Behrman. He stays in 22nd. Hamilton goes top. Leclerc gets up to 13th, and we have been eliminated in Q1. 17th place for Valtteri, 19th place for Perez, but Hadjar is out, along with Bortoletto, Lawson, and Behrman. So Hadjar, the big casualty here in Q1. right, let's see who sticks it on pole. It's George. Max is second. Antonelli in third. Then Albon fourth. Fifth, and a penalty for Oscar. Not sure what that's for. Sixth is Charles Leclerc. Seventh is Hamilton. Eighth, Lando Norris. Then it's two Astons, bringing up row 5, Yuki Tsunoda and Fernando Alonso. Then it is Sainz from Hulkenberg, Ocon from Gasly, Colapinto, Lindblad. Where? Oh, there he is. Now, so there's Alex Albon in fourth. I was wondering where he got to. Right, let's get prepped, shall we, for the Grand Prix.
The 56 laps of the Shanghai International Circuit await our drivers here in China.
Shanghai has seen its fair share of clashes over the years, one of which happened even before the 2005 race had begun, when Michael Schumacher collided with Christian Albers on the way to the grid, sending Albers into the air.
Shanghai International Circuit is a complicated low-speed track that demands high downforce. The series of rapid turns from 1 to 4 demands high grip, but the more the drivers warm their tyres, the more degradation they'll have to deal with. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
All right, let's see if we can take a look at the amended grid after that penalty. So it was a 3-place penalty for Oscar. Is that a 5-second penalty that wasn't served in Australia? It might have been. But it's dropped him down to 8th place behind his teammate Lando Norris. So that's promoted up the two Ferraris and Lando. So it's row 3 now is all Ferrari, row 4 all McLaren, row 5 still all Aston. Let's take a look at strategy. So we could potentially try and go soft, medium, medium. Or soft, medium, hard. I want to try and bake in some wiggle room like we had last time. What if we go soft, medium, hard? Bake in the ability to run in the dirty air a little bit. If we go maybe 14 laps, no, I think undercutting slightly is the way to go. If we go with this, and then we'll have the option to maybe stretch and go with a set of mediums if race circumstances go our way. And we can kind of play it by ear and see what we need to do. But we'll go with this strategy. I think having the ability to push and maybe get an undercut and then go on to a set of mediums to some decent pace before settling on the hards to finish might be the way to go. Although that is quicker. 4 seconds quicker. What about... I'm really, really wary of actually putting any tyre on a prolonged push. But if we were to go with something like that, that's even quicker still. And that still has room for those tyres to degrade faster than normal. I think we'll try that with Valtteri and probably just leave Perez like this. Oh, it's too late. I forgot to put the new suspension part on. We're in Parc Ferme. We are 19th. Yeah, we'll save it. We'll put it on for the next race. We'll stick to this, I think, for Perez. Or maybe we'll give him a set of softs. Yeah, we'll give him a set of softs at the start. Because his tyre wear is not as good. And we'll see if we can maybe make this work. Let's take... how much is it? 1.7 laps. Let's take 2 laps of fuel out. And with that, we are prepped and ready. Let's head to the grid for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. And the cameras now shift to Sergio Perez, concentrating on the race ahead.
Not a huge surprise to see them in 19th, but they've certainly got the potential to move up from here.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. It's almost time for the Chinese Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Looks like another really good start for George. Can Antonelli get past? I think he can. Oh, maybe not. He had to back out of it. Perez has lost a place. He's lost 2 places. Most of the grid starting on soft tyres. We're going to see a lot of cars boxing early. So much for getting the undercut.
Race is long.
Bortoletto starting on the hard tyres. Bottas, Piastri and Leclerc starting on mediums. So we can survive the opening couple of laps without getting dropped. Bottas is in decent shape for this first stint, I think. And if the soft runners go to a second set of softs, that means they're probably going to be 3 stopping at least. Maybe even 4 stopping.
And DRS enable.
Russell looking like he's trying to stretch away from Max.
Charge.
Antonelli almost been dropped as well. In fact, the whole field is starting to spread out to about a second gap.
Copy.
At least at the front. Colapinto struggling to keep up with his teammate who's putting pressure on Lindblad. We'll see a lot of concertinaing in braking zones. Perez is struggling already.
Use the energy.
Yeah, copy.
Let's get him closing back up if he can. Want to try and hang on to Valtteri's battery for as long as possible here. I think we've managed to get Perez back in range. see if his rear wing opens up. Yes, it did. Good. Oh, that's a lunge there from Behrman on Hadjar. Did he get the move done? No, he didn't. Hadjar holds him off. Behrman's still having a look though.
Charge button on, charge on.
Copy.
And Russell has broken Max quite comprehensively. And now Antonelli's going to try and put the pressure on the Dutchman. Hulkenberg has moved up past Ocon, putting some pressure on Carlos Sainz. And we are nicely tucked up in the train now. In fact, there's a chance here for Valtteri. Colapinto might have just lost the DRS. Perez is starting to drift again.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Okay.
Colapinto, oh, he did get it. He did get the DRS, but we're still in the position to have an attack here. Time to turn on Valtteri's battery.
Mode push.
Try and compromise Colapinto out of the hairpin a little bit. No, he's still too close. But we've dropped Bortoletto. And here's an opportunity into turn one. Not yet.
Charge button on.
Copy.
About through here. Having a look around the outside. Colapinto covers the inside. Lining up for a move through this switchback here. And Bottas gets it done.
That's the way. You are P16. Car
Can we
ahead
make
is
the move
Gasly.
on the second Alpine at the same time?
And more energy available.
Okay, copy.
Have to keep fighting the urge to be disappointed with Perez's pace, because I have to keep remembering he's got a slightly inferior car and he's also doing that sponsor work, which is lowering his stats a little bit. But it is frustrating knowing that he has the potential to be every bit as quick as Valtteri, if not maybe even slightly quicker. Definitely opened up a gap to Colapinto now. Antonelli, I wasn't paying attention. He's dropped all the way down to 5th place. He's been passed by Leclerc and Norris. He's falling away. So I'm wondering if he's pushed his tyres too hard and is suffering as a result. Oh, and Perez gets past Behrman.
Good job.
See if we can see a replay of that, hopefully.
Let's take a closer look. Now here we are at the final corner. They decide to give it a go.
Yeah, just took the inside line there. Got him under braking.
Perez completes the overtake.
And we have a yellow flag.
Done a good job
Lindblad's
with
off
Perez.
somewhere, I think. Yeah, a little lock-up for Lindblad.
So here we go, heading into turn 1. Well, you can see the lockup, but that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
Dropped a couple of places, but kept it going.
Charge on.
We're kind of stuck with Valtteri at the moment. Here's another opportunity for Perez. Sees an opening up the inside. Dive bombs through past Isaac Hadjar. That's him up to 19th.
Good job.
Excellent job. You see it from the helicam, just slotted up the inside there. Beautiful. And with the battery deployment, gets the exit and completes that move.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy.
Yeah, Antonelli's falling away, look. He is now 2.5 seconds behind Norris. Piastri overtakes Albon. 141 last time around. Let's see what he does across the line this time. And Perez gets past Bortoletto. Perez starting to make some moves. Good job, Checo. And Colapinto's into the pits already.
And you're doing
Wow,
a really good
just
job.
6 laps completed. And he's getting off those soft tyres. He's going for another set of softs. We could be looking at the first 4th stop here. Pretty quick stop. Let's see what kind of pace he gets in clear air on fresh tyres. As Hulkenberg is starting to look a little vulnerable here for Valtteri. And Perez in
High-speed
17th
management's
place now,
very good.
putting all sorts of pressure on Lindblad. Let's not forget,
Yeah, copy.
his tyres will be scuffed after that lockup.
Charge on.
I can keep this pace.
Continue like this.
Oh, and he gets swallowed up.
We were first to that.
Continue. Keep going.
Just trying to refill Perez's battery while he has that opportunity. Hulkenberg has dived into the pits. That's freed up Valtteri. And there goes Lindblad. I had a feeling Lindblad was about to pit. I didn't think we would get overtaken in the process by Bortoletto.
Charge button on.
Copy.
Oh, good stop there for Lindblad. Hulkenberg out on a set of mediums and gets overtaken by Colapinto. Lindblad has gone for another set of softs. Once again, it looks like we're going to be sort of out of order, at least with Valtteri, with some of the cars we're fighting with. I think Perez is probably going to be making at least one stop less than some of the cars around him as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how the tyres fare across this race. We don't really have a great sample size of data yet. We have a very much safety car influenced race from Australia and a sprint, and that's it. And by blocking the visuals of what the AI's tyres are like, is we've got Hamilton into the pits.
What about tyres?
8 laps on his tyres before he decided to bail. Yeah, without seeing their tyre wear rates, we can't really see what's going on with the AI, which really limits our data as well. Lawson's in. And Sainz has picked up a fault.
A lot of clipping.
Battery issues for Carlos. Hamilton comfortably clear of Colapinto, and the other guys have already stopped. More soft tyres for Lawson. What tyres did Hamilton put on? I can't remember. He's put on another set of softs as well. So, again, he's going to be very quick, but potentially very fragile. You can see Valtteri took over a second out of Ocon on that last lap. Bortoletto's tyres looking pretty good. Perez just a little bit quicker than Hadjar, but Hadjar in the DRS, so that might be artificially inflating Hadjar's pace. He's still got a fair bit of battery, so let's use that so we can drop him.
So
Close back in on Bortoletto.
Yeah, jump there.
Down to 56% on Perez's tyres. He's only a few laps away from making his stop. Albon's in. Even Fabrizio.
We believe it will be soon.
Okay.
Evening NGL. So Albon will come out behind Hamilton, being again comfortably clear of those guys who stopped very, very early. Can I do a tutorial for the mods to use? They're all listed in the video description. So some of them are locked behind Patreon from Mr. Only's Patreon. So if you wanted to do a Cadillac Myteam with this particular livery set that I'm using, you would need that, plus the Facepack Mod that I'm using to add in faces for Bortoletto and Antonelli, Colapinto, Lindblad, and who is the other one? Behrman. Then you would need, again, to be part of his Patreon to get that particular mod. Some of the liveries I'm using, you can find alternate variants by different modders on Overtake. So there are plenty of Alpine pink mods, or variations of the pink mod on Overtake, which I think maybe this one came from as well.
P11 now.
And a whole flurry of activity in the pits. Max, Antonelli, Alonso, Gasly, Tsunoda, both Aston boxing at the same time. This is going to cause a bit of a queue here. Ocon in as well. He is having to wait. Cost him maybe a second. He's gone on to a set of hard tyres by the look of it. Alonso's gone mediums. And he gets out just before the Colapinto. What does the maximal graphics do? Just sharpens things up. I'm running the non-ray tracing variant. The final version, 4.2, I think it is, 4.2.2, is a full ray tracing variant. My graphics card doesn't like the full version with gameplay and streaming at the same time. That's why I'm running like the 3.3 version, I think, the last of the non-ray tracing variants. But it just tightens the graphics up a little bit, just tries to make the most of the game engine.
And just a reminder on your eyes.
Copy.
So, Bottas currently running in 6th
Charge
place
button
now.
on.
Copy.
Not many cars still to stop. Behrman hasn't stopped yet on his softs. Sainz dives into the pits just in front of Bottas. That'll promote him up to P5. Perez will probably get promoted up a place as well. Hamilton has caught and passed Hadjar. Slot out just behind Alonso, crucially ahead of the train of Colapinto and co. Is there a tutorial on how to add Cadillac? In what way?
And what's
I mean,
that?
I
A
have.
pit stop issue.
If you want to do, I mean, are you on PC? Are you on console? I'm guessing you're on PC. But you know, if you want to design your own team emblem. I do have a step-by-step tutorial showing every step of the layers to create the Cadillac logo on my channel. And then, you know, you can create your own livery using the in-game options. There are sponsor packs that you can download from Overtake that have Cadillac-specific sponsor options as well to replace the in-game sponsors. But if you wanted a fully rendered version like this, say this is the Mr. Only Cadillac Myteam pack, which is locked on his Patreon. Looks like we've been caught and passed by Hamilton.
You will be 3.5 seconds behind
We
us.
are very close to stopping now, so we can just touch a battery here.
Charge button
Max has set the
on.
fastest lap as he's closing in on Valtteri. Okay, so we're going to go with the hard tyres.
Box now, box.
Yeah, confirm.
Charge button on.
Okay.
As far as installing everything, I just followed the instructions on each of the mods, so you know, they're pretty straightforward. Max should breeze past us here.
Verstappen has DRS.
Cover off the inside, but he's got a much better car than us. We have held him off so far. Let's use that battery.
Mode push.
Copy.
I don't think we'll hold him up for too much longer. Antonelli is in front of us. Down to 10th place now. Here we come into the pits.
Pit lane.
And Hadjar boxes behind us as well. Still a few cars yet to stop. Both of them are McLarens, Leclerc's Ferrari, Russell's Mercedes, Bortoletto's and Haas are going into while yet. Decent stop, 2.4 seconds.
And what's a wide line on exit?
And still, Valtteri is ahead of Max. Right, let's get these tyres up to temperature so they don't blister. As far as starting in 2026 goes, I mean, I just loaded up the 2025 DLC and simmed through the first season. To get to 2026, there's no shortcut. There's no sort of little calendar trick you can do, or that I can do anyway. I don't know if there's someone out there who knows how to do it, but you know, I just simmed the results of the first season.
Red.
There we go. Valtteri has finally been overtaken.
Car behind is Hamilton.
We'll see if we can stay with him a little bit. And Lando is in. He's gone 15 laps, well, 14 laps on his soft and put on a set of medium tyres. Again, this is a Mr. Only Monster variant from his Patreon, but there is a different variant by a different modder of Monster McLaren on Overtake, which is free.
We were so slow to say that.
Right, Behrman has jumped us. We've got Hadjar right behind. Still bringing these tyres up into the window.
ERS.
Copy.
Charge on. Copy.
Don't think I'm going to be able to stay in DRS range this lap, which means we're going to be under pressure from Isaac.
Doing a good job with the tires.
Copy.
I really struggled, just couldn't go any faster. Remember, long way to go in this race. Car behind is Norris.
We will get it here though, as Colapinto is boxed.
And we need charge button on, charge button on.
So the medium's going on there. Evening, Victor. Not too far away from Valtteri's first stop. And we have a yellow flag.
We don't
Someone
need to
has
worry
had a
about
whoopsie.
management on these
I
tyres.
think
just
it's
pushing.
Colapinto spinning out of the pits.
We've
As
got
Russell
a yellow
boxes.
flag here. But
It
let's
was
take a look at
Colapinto.
the replay. Now this was at turn 1. Oh no, that's not how to do it.
That's a
And
big
there's not
spin.
much
Oh,
they
he
can do about
just
that now.
managed to keep it out the barriers. But that won't do those tyres any favours. So, in from the lead is George Russell. Comfortable winner of the sprint. Has he got the pace to be comfortable in the race win? Gets off those softs onto a set of medium tyres. He's done 16 laps on those tyres. That's really good going. He comes out behind Verstappen. Norris setting a new fastest lap behind us. 3.3 seconds quicker. Perez still fighting with Hadjar. Haven't been able to keep pace with Behrman. We're on hard tyres, so they're not quick, but they are very durable. And Behrman's tyres will wear out a long time before ours do. So hopefully that pace will come back to us.
Okay, copy.
Hadjar goes around the outside again. He's got more grip at the moment, more pace than us at the moment, but that won't last for very long on those soft tyres.
Am I fitting better on the streets?
Continue like this.
Is there a way to manage the mods, or are they all copy-paste? There are mod managers out there. I haven't really played about with them, so for me, I just download the ones I want and then copy the bits, the relevant bits, into the packs file folder. See if we can at least try and stay with Hadjar.
Use the energy.
Copy.
Alright, Charles Leclerc is in, and so is Oscar Piastri. Leclerc's gone for a set of mediums, I think. Oh, he's gone hards. And so is Oscar. Oscar's gone hards as well. Oscar coming out behind Bortoletto. He's yet to stop. There is Charles Leclerc just in front of us. We've got Lando breathing down our necks and Antonelli behind him. Hulkenberg into the pits in the Audi. He's going for a set of soft tyre. Decent stop. Hadjar still pulling away from us. Let's save the battery now.
And charge button on.
Copy.
Norris breezes past us. No surprise there. We still haven't made our first stop with Valtteri.
Correct.
Okay, let's get on it. Still everything to play for.
Russell now setting a new fastest lap. He's right on the tail of Max Verstappen.
Copy.
Going to box Valtteri a lap early.
Let's get after these cars in front. Boxing this lap.
Copy. Box.
And we are going to have to look at doing some fuel saving. Surprised we haven't had at least a VSC yet. Lining up a look at the back of that Red Bull Ford. Goes to the inside. And gets that move done. Fastest lap for Charles Leclerc, and Valtteri's in. Perez's tyres struggling to stay in the temperature window. Oh, bad release. They had to wait for Bortoletto, who's made his first stop. Lindblad's in as well.
You are P15.
Soft tyres again for Lindblad.
1.8 seconds behind you.
I think this is third to
There
the
are
soft, isn't it?
37 laps to go at the end of this one.
It is. This is third to the softs. So we are, I think, looking at a bona fide 4-stop here for Arvid. All right, Valtteri out behind Lawson at the moment. Perez's tyres are not liking running on that basic level of push. As Russell sets a blisteringly quick fastest lap. 136.7. Barring safety cars or red flags, I think this is his race to lose.
Mode push.
Copy.
You are P15.
Now we've got those tyres nicely back in the window. Closing back in on Behrman again.
He's 1.3 seconds behind.
Hamilton putting Verstappen under pressure. Gonna have a look at the inside at the hairpin.
Tyre temps are good.
Yeah, copy.
Side by side into the final corner. Hamilton will have DRS. And gets it done. Hamilton up into second place now. Back to Valtteri. About to make the move on Liam Lawson.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Couldn't get alongside.
Yeah, copy.
Have another crack into turn one though. And again, we're covered off by Liam Lawson there. Let's turn the battery off.
Charge on.
Yep.
Bortoletto on those softs steaming up to the back of us. So we're a long way back from the race lead. George starting at 23. And Max is into the pits for his second stop. Hard tyres for Max Verstappen. He's going to come under immediate pressure from Yuki Tsunoda.
Keep at it. So your P14. Car ahead is Gasly.
And we got the move done on
But
Lawson.
this is what happened. Now we're through the last turn here. The gap
This time we
opens up
could
for
get the
them.
move done up the inside.
And up into 14th they go.
And we'll go straight on the attack against Pierre Gasly here.
Mode push. Yep.
Right, hopefully we can get the move done here on Pierre into the hairpin. Perez still not quite really able to stay with Behrman. Let's give him some battery as well. I do want to
You
think
can use
about
all the boost
doing
bar.
some fuel saving.
Copy, guys.
I think we're going to get lapped
And
by
we need
George.
some lift
At
off.
least Perez might.
Copy.
Valtteri might stay on the lead lap. Again, up the inside. Lovely move under braking. A chance for Valtteri to try and push on. Ocon's already 6 seconds up the road from
Good
us
job.
now. Gasly into
Next
the
car
pits
is Ocon.
for his second stop. So we got that overtake done just in time.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%. Charge
A
on.
little bit of a gap back to Bortoletto, so we'll do some fuel saving and turn the battery back off again. Soft tyres going on for Pierre Gasly. Behrman into the pits. He's going for another set of softs. It's a pretty good stop. Hulkenberg bearing down now on Perez.
And tyre phase update when you can.
Yeah. They're holding on.
Just need to get a bit more temperature back into those tyres
So
again.
increase pushing status.
So the hard tyres have really not behaved how I was expecting. I thought they would be nice and comfortable in the window, but they keep dropping out of the window. I thought with the increased temperature they would be actually a pretty good tyre, but hasn't been the case. At least not for Perez anyway. Albon in. He will come up behind Valtteri. Going to be tight on exit. Hadjar goes through. Perez not close enough to do the same. There is Checo. Just popping into the shot. I think we just missed the DRS zone, and now we're out of battery. So any chance we had of clinging on to Albon's gone.
Just a reminder on DRS.
Yeah.
going to get down to about 2 kilos under fueled, and then we'll go back to normal push levels again. Another stop for both Lawson and Hadjar. Hard tyres going on now for Isaac. Another set of softs for Lawson. And I think we are closing in on Esteban Ocon. Yeah, we were, what, 7/10 of a second quicker with Valtteri that last lap. Perez has Hulkenberg all over the back of him. Let's turn the tyre wear down again. Now they're back up to
Look after the front
120
tires.
degrees.
Copy, mate.
Oh, Valtteri's tyres holding on
Hulkenberg behind with DRS.
very nicely. Very nicely, actually. I am kind of tempted to maybe up the pace a little bit on Perez's tyres more permanently, but still got a way to go on this stint. I don't want to burn them out too soon. Another second taken out of Esteban Ocon. Bottas is definitely in a better condition tyre-wise than Ocon right now. Where is George? There's George. That's the gap now. A minute to Perez, 50 seconds to Valtteri. And that is Lewis Hamilton into the pits. Hard tyres going on that Ferrari. I think Sainz is going to get him, but he should get out in front of the Astons. Yeah, there's Sainz. Here come the Astons. It's going to be really tight. Oh, they both sneaked through. And I think Tsunoda got the move done on Alonso into turn 1 as well. Bortoletto boxes from 14th place. That will push Perez up a place. And we have a yellow flag. Lawson locking up at the hairpin.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13.
Trying to get the move done on his teammate. Went late on the
wheels just
brakes, went
lock
too
up
late
there.
on the brakes, and went
hopefully there's
straight
not
on.
Too much damage to the tyres.
Has he damaged his tyres, or has he damaged the underfloor? Might have damaged the underfloor with that lockup, running over the curb. Oh. There we go, that's what I meant to do. Check back in with Valtteri, now just a second behind Esteban Ocon. So we're now about 1 lap of fuel short.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced, actually, that we are going to get lapped.
We
gonna
need to
carry
do
on
more
with the fuel
lifting phase.
saving.
Please increase by 10%.
If we save
Yep.
too much and need to burn some off, we can always do that. It's very hard to save fuel
And we need lift and
when you
coast.
don't need to.
Copy.
Hulkenberg boxes. We've got Alonso closing in behind us. He's just stopped by the look of it for another set of hard tyres. Which means Tsunoda's probably about to box himself. Evening, Adrian. Here's
Okay for mode
potentially
push.
the opportunity to get Esteban Ocon. Not sure if we're going to get the DRS. We are a little light on the brakes at the moment while we're in fuel saving. Getting that lift and coast in. Yeah, we didn't get the DRS, but we're going to be in a nice position to, if we don't get the move done under braking here, we'll certainly have a chance into turn 1. Assuming Ocon doesn't box. And he boxed. I knew it. So, up into the points for Valtteri in 10th place.
Charge on.
Tyres are still holding up really well for Valtteri. Really, really well. With a decent stop there for Ocon. Hard tyres should take him to the end now. Can we keep Alonso at bay? We are starting to get towards that stop, that final stop. I don't think the tyres will get where I want them to be. We are dipping below the line, as you can see. This is down to the fact that I forgot to put the suspension on. So let's just bring the stop forward a couple of laps and leave him in these in this push level now. I think Alonso's going to go swooping past us here. And Perez shuts the door. We are absolutely frustrating him here. He switches to the inside. Will he swoop
Alonso
on
behind
through?
with DRS. And tyre phase update when you can.
Once again, we shut that door.
Vibrations are increasing. Just keep an eye.
Into the pits for Liam Lawson and Oliver Behrman. Hard tyres for Behrman. That's him to the end. Hard tyres for Lawson. That should be him to the end. So it's not been a good weekend for RB at all. And there are the leaders. Well, actually, no, that's Piastri and Antonelli, so they have been lapped. Although George still needs to make another stop, as do Leclerc, Norris, Piastri and Antonelli. Verstappen might even need to make another stop as well. I'm not sure about that. Big gap back to Lando Norris. It's not going to be McLaren's year this year, I don't think. reigning Constructors champions, Norris reigning world champion. But Mercedes are definitely looking strong this season. Antonelli's going to be due for his final stop pretty soon as well, I think. New fastest lap for Esteban Ocon. 1:35.7. That's quick. On a set of hard tyres as well. Checking back in with Valtteri. Pit window opens up very, very soon. We can go a bit more aggressive with these tyres for Valtteri.
Let's crack on. Copy.
I can if you keep this pace.
Continue, keep going.
So Alonso finally gets through. In that middle sector. There we go, just around the outside. And we're into the same window for Perez. His pit window opens up next lap as well.
He does have DRS on you.
Tires are ready.
Copy, mate.
Perez is going to be sitting duck for Gasly. Did the PS5 get any update like this? No. There have been no updates to the game since January. I don't even think we got one in January. I know we got one in December. And that was the last one, I think. When they introduced the new livery packs, that was the last update. Yeah, this is very much being kept alive by the modding community in terms of changes that can be made. Antonelli in for his final stop. Let's see what tyres he slaps on. Is he going hards or mediums? He's going mediums. New fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton. As he moves back up to 7th. Through goes Yuki Tsunoda. He's due to stop again very soon. Here comes Valtteri. He's going to be stopping in the next couple of laps. It is a bit sad that there's no updates available for console, which is why I've gone through and made all those different manufacturer and sponsor logos and put them up on YouTube so that people can still get creative and try something new. I do still want to do a couple more. Probably going to move more towards sponsors now rather than manufacturers. Last big one I did was Marlboro. I think Canon might be next. Yeah, pace for Valtteri is really good at the moment. He's only 0.4 of a lap a second slower than Russell and Leclerc. They both need to stop as well. So, yeah, definitely continuing to fuel save was the right call. As Yuki Tsunoda boxes. Bad stop there on the front left. That will leave him vulnerable to Fernando. There is Fernando. Alonso goes through.
Alright, let's concentrate.
Perez got overtaken, I think, by Gasly, who immediately
Ocon.
boxed. We've got Ocon all over the back of us. Let's go 2 more laps with Perez, if we can. Might even go 3 more laps with Valtteri here. His tyres hanging on really nicely despite the full push. Russell is in from the lead. It's a set of hard tyres, so yeah, he's easily going to make it to the end. Through goes Lando. Here comes Oscar. He'll get out in front of Max. There is Max. So Max will not be a threat to George. It's now a question of whether anyone can try and get close to him. Given the fact that he's got the undercut on everyone, I think George is home and hosed here. Antonelli sets a new fastest lap, 1:35.6. Medium tyres going on for Sainz. That's a nice smooth stop there for Williams. Ocon gets through.
Continue like this.
Given the limitations that Perez has got this in these opening races, I think he's done all right.
Box.
Yeah, copy.
I'm very impressed with Valtteri's pace this weekend. Up in 8th place, although we are going to drop out of the points as soon as we make that stop. It might have the opportunity to sneak back in and grab a point. Got at least another lap, if not 2 laps, in Valtteri's car here before we need to stop him. Try and keep him out as long as we can to give him more to play about with on those mediums at the end. Could probably get another lap out of Checo here, actually. Let's stop him on the next lap. Let's go 1 more lap with Checo. Again, give him a little bit more medium to play with.
Yeah, copy.
Been a bit of a disappointing weekend for Hadjar after a good performance in Australia. Out in Q1. He's had to try and work his way back up the order.
Gap to him 1.8. Race is long.
I am wondering, actually, could I maybe get away with a set of softs here at the end for Valtteri? Let's have a look. Not really. It's a little bit too much to ask. We'll stick to the mediums. Leclerc and Norris still out there. There's Gasly and and then Colapinto behind Leclerc, so he's lapped everybody up to and including 18th. He's going to need to stop again. Same for Lando. He's probably going to stop a little sooner, I would imagine. He's on mediums. They can't be in as good a shape as Leclerc's hards. Russell is steaming up to the back of him. 1:35.9, 2 seconds a lap quicker that last lap. New fastest lap for Sainz, a 1:35.1. And Russell's almost a complete pit stop ahead of Norris now. All right, Perez is in.
No more lift and coast.
Okay.
We'll go the mediums. We are now a lap down, but
Track will be clear.
only to Leclerc. Oh, and Russell. Russell's just gone through. No, Russell just crossed the line, so we are still ahead of Russell on track. Not by a lot. We still may get lapped here, but we've got a chance of staying on the lead lap. Norris is in. What's he put on? I think he's put on a set of softs. Yes, he has. Norris has put on a set of softs, so he's going to be aggressive here at the end. He's going to get out ahead of Antonelli, but behind Lewis Hamilton.
And more energy available.
Yeah.
Into the pits for Valtteri. This is his final stop, also for a set of mediums. We come out just behind Isaac Hadjar.
For reference, you are currently
But we're going to have
P14.
much better tyres. Leclerc's in.
18 laps to go.
Can he get away with a set of softs here? He can. And he's going for it. That looks like a new set. Or at least a very, very close to new set, if not completely new. So we're back on the lead lap. But only just. As he gets out just behind Max Verstappen. And a back marker behind. Who is that? That is Lindblad, I think. Actually, it might be Lawson. I can't really tell. Let's have a look. Is it Lawson? Yeah, it's Lawson. It's wide with Lawson to watch this battle between Max and Charles.
And we need to take care of these tires.
Copy.
Lawson behind you. There's progress to be made.
There goes Charles. Can he get the move done into the hairpin? Yes, he can. And that is him back up onto the podium. Still waiting. Oh, there goes Max. Max is making another stop. So this is going to be for a set of soft tyres. Piastri still needs to make another stop as well. soft tyres going on. Where's that going to bring him out? Ahead of the two Williams drivers of Albon and Sainz, who are locked in battle here.
Car behind is Lawson. No worries, mate.
Up the inside of Isaac Hadjar. That is Valtteri through. And into 13th place. Now the chase to get some points, or a point, is on.
Charge on, please. Copy.
Perez has been lapped, so we can start to burn some extra fuel. Let's see if we can actually stay close enough to George to maybe get dragged up a bit. I don't think we'll be able to stay with him. But we might have an opportunity here on Lindblad.
So deployed.
Copy.
George got through. Can we do the same? No, is the answer. All right, let's protect the tyres. Protect the battery.
Easy on the front tires.
Still might get the launch through here.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
He holds us back. A long way to go if we want to try and get points. Ocon is 5.5 seconds ahead of us, but then it's another 11.5 seconds to Tsunoda and
Tire
Alonso.
temperatures are good.
So that's a lot of time to make up with 15 laps to go. But we do have fresher tyres.
ERS.
Copy.
So we cut back to the inside. No, we're going to go around the outside. We'll try to.
Oh, first that.
Continue. Keep going. Charge on.
Copy.
Right, 1.5 seconds out of Ocon on that last lap. We can certainly catch Ocon. Beyond that, maybe not. We're going to miss out on points, I think. Let's keep our attention here with Checo.
Concentrate.
Late stop for Isaac Hadjar, so this is going to be for a set of soft, surely. Yeah, soft tyres. We've got the move done here on Lindblad. We're through. Colapinto dies into the pits in front of us as well, so that immediately promotes us up. And Lindblad from behind us. So a lot of these guys who went for a 2-stop haven't been able to make their tyres last. And they are having to go for an emergency 3-stop.
And charge button on.
I say emergency. It's not technically an emergency with 12 laps to go. In comes Oscar Piastri. Soft tyres for Oscar. Can he get out in front of Max? Max coming onto the start-finish straight now. This is going to be close into turn 1. It's going to be very close. Max might have the momentum. Oh, he gets through before the corner. There goes Max. But fresher tyres for Oscar means that he could well close that gap back up again. Meanwhile, Valtteri is now very close to Ocon. Less than 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds a gap. We took another 1.5 seconds out of him on that lap. There is Russell. Hadjar behind him on track. There is Perez. We're not going to catch Hadjar. So it looks as though 18th is going to be the best we can do with Jacko, but that's
Keep it like this.
what I was aiming for. Stats have decreased slightly by doing work for the sponsors in the opening 3 rounds of the Grand Prix. He hasn't got the new suspension that Valtteri's got, which is affecting his tyre wear. And slightly his downforce as well. 18th meets the sponsor requirement, the maximum available sponsor requirement for Jacko, so I'm happy with that. And then anything on top of that for Valtteri is a bonus. His target was to finish in 17th. Well, 18th, but you can't have both cars finishing 18th. So 17th was my main target for Valtteri, and then anything above that was nice. We're in 13th right now. We've got the pace, I think, to take 12th. Beyond that, no, we don't. Oh, Bortoletto into the pits. He's a long way ahead of Perez, so I don't think this is going to do Perez any favours, because even if he does come out behind, he'll be on brand new tyres. Brand new softs, probably.
So Perez in front of you. Just do your best.
Oh, problem's getting that right, sorry, that rear left. So Perez is going to get through. As I say, I don't think he's going to hold him back. And we don't need to hold him back.
Tire phase update.
Lawson overtaken by Lindblad. That must be underfloor damage for Lawson.
Seems to be holding okay.
It's not been a good weekend for RB. Bottom of the grid today. Meanwhile, we will continue to focus on this chase here between Valtteri and Esteban. Gap now just over 1 second, and Albon's in. Ooh, interesting. If anyone else in front needs to make a stop as well, all of a sudden that does maybe throw us into the into contention for a point. New set of mediums going on for Albon. He will get out close to Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg might just get him here. But again, expect Albon to easily have the pace to get through again. Oh, look at that. Side by side, Albon just says no. Just gets his elbows out enough to stop that move. And here we are now inside the 1 second window.
Mode push. Copy.
We'll have the DRS.
Next car is Ocon. Remember, long way to go in this race.
And given how easily we cruised up to the back of him, we will have more pace than him when we get in front. The dirty air certainly is not helping us.
What about tyres?
So we'll be in 11th place, praying for someone else to make a stop. First, we actually do need to get this move done. He's going to have a look at the inside. Backs out of it. Ocon has certainly fired the thrusters.
Copy.
We've been overtaken by Leclerc with Perez now.
So next
Norris
car,
might get us
Ocon.
before the end of the race as well. Not saving fuel with Checo because he's a lap down.
A long way to go.
I will be turning the fuel burn off in a lap or two, though. It's about 1.7 kilos for a lap here. Yeah, Ocon's definitely firing the thrusters. See how much of a better lap he's having than us. And we're using battery, so he's doing the same. We've got a yellow flag. I think that's a Mercedes. I think that's Antonelli.
All good.
It is.
Look at the Mercedes. And round they go. And ultimately, just unable to bring the car under control.
Doesn't lose a position if you lapped cars get through.
Next car is Ocon. Okay, let's get on it.
Back in the DRS of Ocon, though. I need to rebuild that battery again soon. Bortoletto has caught and is about to pass Checo. Let's turn that fuel burn off now because we're going to be in dirty air, so it's going to skyrocket the temps again.
And we'll need lift off.
Copy.
Use the
So we can swoop back around using battery into turn one.
We first stay there.
Combined with the DRS.
Continue like this.
Does just about muscle his way up the inside. And completes the move. So back to 17th, but I think we're just fighting a losing battle, trying to keep him behind. If we can maybe force Bortoletto's tyres to overheat and degrade quickly, maybe we can fight him on equal terms.
Charge on.
Another yellow flag. And this is a VSC.
No management required.
It's a crash for Bortoletto. Wow, he crashed out. He lost it here. Yeah, there we go.
Maytag crash.
That's a big retirement for Bortoletto.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
So 17th is very much on now for Perez.
So there was a crash.
Is he okay?
At the moment they are okay.
And we have debris offline.
Keep an eye on these tyre temps. Hoping the dirty air will help keep Bottas's tyres healthier for longer, or in the right window for longer. But
if you can.
Even so, we're still
Currently
just
P12.
dropping.
car behind is Albon. 8 laps to go, including the one you're on. No management on the tyres required.
Come on, stay in the window.
Let's get after these cars in front.
I don't think we're going to see an emergency pit stop in front of us. So I think we're just fighting for 11th. But if somebody spins out, puts it in the wall, like Bortoletto just did, then all of a sudden 11th becomes the fight. The fight for 11th becomes the fight for a point.
Suggests that you can reduce the amount of lift and coast at turn 1.
Yeah, copy.
And push now, everything you have.
Copy.
No lift off needed.
Oh, tyre temps
You're doing a
have
good
plummeted.
Yeah, copy.
It's going to destroy them if we have
Just
them on
take care
full
of the
push when we
tyres
go
for
back
the
to
moment.
green flag racing.
Copy.
Virtual safety car ending.
Copy.
We need to do the full management on this set.
Copy that.
DRS enabled. Charge on.
Copy.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Copy.
Another yellow flag.
Charge on.
Copy.
Is that contact somewhere? No, it's a lockup for
Here's
Arvid.
the replay. Now this is where the RB driver's involved. Things were going smoothly, very heavy on the brakes. What caused that?
He
I
nearly
wonder?
hit the back of that McLaren. That would have been great for us.
Next car on. Do your best. Mode push.
Copy.
There we go. Let's see if we can get him. He's got too good a launch.
6 laps to go.
Copy.
So the tyre come up to temperature
Charge on.
Copy.
before we try and really go for it. Ocon might well be burning his battery right now as well, trying to defend from us.
You're currently P12. And Albon behind you.
There we go, back in the window.
There's progress to be made. Okay, charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Have a look. Side by side, we're going to get the move done. Oh,
Mode push,
maybe not.
please.
And he got the DRS, damn it.
There are 5 laps to go at the end of this one.
Copy. Copy. Trying to make progress here.
No worries, mate.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
And that is Alex Albon behind, looking to close up and get involved as well. And he is closing up. So we need to get past quickly, or else we're going to get embroiled in a battle that we will lose. Here's a chance.
Next car is Ocon.
Ocon covering us off. And Albon's not right there. So we have to get the move done into the hairpin. We have to get past. We've got more pace than Ocon. We need to get through.
What about tyres?
Starting to slide a bit.
And we've got another yellow flag. That's cleared. It was a lockup for the leader.
Let's see what happened there. Here we are, going into turn 9. And the car just
Oh,
lost.
yeah, just
and they ended up their own
overcooked it slightly.
passenger.
I don't think that'll hurt his race. No, he's still 7 seconds ahead. Ocon covered us by keeping the inside line.
Just do your best.
Full aggression.
You've got the pace.
Copy.
Have to get this move done before we destroy the
4
tyres.
laps remaining, including this one.
Yes, copy.
Ah,
So
no way through.
Just cool your tyres.
Okay.
Charge on.
Copy.
Norris is ahead of Perez now.
Car behind is Albon.
Look how much punishment we issued to our tyres just in that lap at full push. Ocon's going for it. He's trying to break away from us.
Mode push at the moment.
Copy.
0.7 of a second up on us in the middle sector. Can we stay ahead of Albon? I don't think we can. That Williams is mighty quick this season. And he gets us.
I can't keep up with them.
Let's try and get a little bit of battery in, cool the tyres, hope that Albon is held up by Ocon and we can just recharge behind the pair of them and then try and pounce.
Just cool down the tyres as much as you can.
Copy. Yep.
That has cost Russell a little bit of time. He's less than 4 seconds ahead of
Rear is getting a
Leclerc.
bit hot.
Copy.
Copy.
Charge on.
Oh, yeah, copy.
Overheating's done massive damage to our tyres. Temperature's coming back under control a little bit more now.
Pick
We've
the
got
pace
to
back
turn
up.
them back up again so we don't lose too much ground.
Mode push.
Copy.
Albon's going to try and make the move on Ocon here. Once again, we've been diddled by Williams of Alex Albon
Yep.
in the closing stages. There goes Albon up the inside. He gets the move done.
So next car, Ocon.
We still have 2 laps to go, which is why I'm not turning the tyres up.
Race.
Still have a chance to get at least one of these two guys. Well, Maybe Ocon. I don't think we've got the chance on Albon.
2 more time laps.
Copy.
Final lap, though, coming up for Checo.
Very happy with your tyre use.
There you go, George starts his final lap. The gap's down to just 3 seconds now. Leclerc could maybe throw a challenge here. Depends what's happened to Russell's tyres after that lockup. Ocon has been dropped by Albon.
Next car is Ocon. A long way to go. Charge on.
Copy.
Might need to pick up the pace a little bit.
It's going to be a last lap shootout with Ocon for 12th place here. That's why I'm in harvest here. Trying to save a bit of battery for the final lap. We weren't close enough to make the move this time round. And it's going to have to be down that back straight.
Starting the
Got
last
just
lap.
enough tyre wear left.
Copy.
Perez needs to turn his tyres down.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Yep. Okay, let's get on it. Still everything to play for.
Russell wins it! First over the line.
Here we go. It is
And there we have it.
back-to-back wins here in
Russell
China
finishes
for
in
George
first
Russell.
place.
Winner of the sprint and winner of the Grand Prix. It'll be Charles Leclerc in second place.
I don't think there was a single
Norris
second of
is
that
gonna
race
take
where
third.
they didn't believe they'd win it.
Yeah,
Let's get
Norris
after these
takes
cars in
third.
front.
And the weaknesses in the Red Bull,
Check it
which were
back.
kind of masked a little bit in Australia, have been brought to the front here, brought to the fore. As Max is going to finish a very distant 6th. Is there one last roll of the dice here for Valtteri? Ocon's rear wing stays closed. Ours is open. We're closing in. Too far back. And Albon's pace has dropped off, so Ocon will get DRS and a slipstream here up to the line. We're not going to be able to get either of them. 13th place it will be then. That's a valiant effort though, considering the state of our car. I'm happy with
That's the
13th.
Checo
Perez
flag.
in 17th. It's better than I was expecting for Checo this weekend. About as good as I think we could have hoped for really with Valtteri. Could maybe have had 12th or even 11th. But we did not have points pace today.
The Mercedes driver leaves the cockpit after a well-fought race.
A 5th place finish ensures they're taking away a fair few points from this one.
And right now it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
And that's win number 1 of the season, and it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
And that's the podium complete for the Chinese Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure. next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favourite for the drivers.
Confirmation then of the final result. It is George taking the win, as well as the sprint win. That could put him well top at the championship. Maybe Norris will still be top. We shall see in a moment. Leclerc in second gets himself a podium. Lando in third, trying to hang on to the top spot in the championship. Lewis takes fourth ahead of Antonelli in fifth. Verstappen down in sixth place. Then it's Oscar in seventh. Sainz in eighth. Good points for Williams again. Alonso gets some points for Aston Martin ahead of his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. They finished 9th and 10th. Then in 11th place, Albon in the second Williams. Ocon in the Haas finishes in 12th, just ahead of Valtteri, who managed to gain 4 places throughout the Grand Prix. 13th, perhaps tinged with a little disappointment, but still a pretty good result, I think. I will take that all day long. We beat Audi, which is good. They finished in 14th. Gasly in 15th for Alpine. Then it's Hadjar in 16th. Had a terrible weekend. Let's see if he bounces back in Suzuka. 16th for him. 17th for Checo. Still struggling with sponsorship duties, and we forgot to put the suspension on. Behrman will finish in 18th. 19th, Colapinto. 20th for Arvid Lindblad. 21st for Liam Lawson. And Bortoletto failing to finish with a spectacular retirement. Into the driver standings then. Lando does stay top. George up 10 places to move into second place. 33 points gained this weekend. I forgot he didn't gain any points at all in Australia, so that definitely hurt him in the standings, but big progress today. He actually moves ahead of Max. They're level on points, but that win for George puts him at the top. Leclerc in fourth is up 3 places, moving ahead of Alex Albon, Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton himself up 7 places. He gets his first points of the season this weekend. Then it is Antonelli in 8th place. 9th place for Isaac Hadjar. 10th for Oscar Piastri, getting his first points up into 10th with 10 points. Then it's Nico Hulkenberg with 8 points. Up 9 is Carlos Sainz, getting his first points of the season. He's on 6. Yuki Tsunoda has 5. 2 points for Fernando Alonso. Gasly has a point. He's down 5 places to 15th. Then the non-scorers of Ollie Behrman ahead of Ocon, Colapinto, Bortoletto, Perez in 20th, Lindblad in Lawson in 21st, Lindblad 22nd. In the constructors' standings, McLaren are top with 56 points after the first 2 rounds, picking up 31 points this weekend. Mercedes, strong showing from them. They picked up 43 points this weekend. They had just 2 points going into today. Now they are second and just 11 points behind McLaren. Ferrari up 3 places as well. Good points haul for them. They're on 44 points, 1 ahead of Red Bull, who dropped down to 4th. Williams in 5th have 22 points. We're in 6th with those magical 12 points that we managed to steal in Australia. Then in 7th place, it's Audi, 8 points for them. 8th is Aston. They picked up 3 this weekend. They're up to 7 now, just 1 behind Audi. Alpine have a point in 9th. Haas and Racing Bull still yet to get off the mark. Let's see how the pit stops went. Strong weekend for McLaren and Racing Bulls, picking up a lot of points. McLaren 1st and 6th. Racing Bull 2nd and 3rd. Alpine taking 4th. Audi 5th and 9th. There is Max getting some points for Red Bull in 7th place. Ferrari in 8th and 10th. No points for us, unfortunately. Let's see what the standings look like. Racing Bulls go top with 40 points ahead of Ferrari. They're on 35. McLaren up 6 places into 3rd with 33 points. 2 ahead of both Red Bull and Alpine, tied on 31 points apiece. Audi have 12 points. Mercedes drop down into 7th with 10. 8 points for Aston. We have 2 points. No points for Haas and no points for Williams. So our quickest stop of the day was a 2.42, which I thought might get us on the leaderboard, but we were just a couple of hundredths too slow, unfortunately. Lewis's time, the slowest of the point scoring positions, at 2.406. We missed out there by 21 thousandths of a second, unfortunately. Not, again, great stops for Valtteri's side of the garage. 2.59, his quickest stop. But definitely our pit crew will improve as the season progresses. Both drivers do finish today, which is good, and we get our full sponsorship bonus for both of them. So we get 945,000 and change added to our bank balance. Let's head back to HQ. Okay, so our spare side pod is complete. Our spare underfloor is complete. And Marco Peroni gains an overall rating point. He's up to 82. Very nice. So let's head over to our cars. And let's fit that suspension before I forget. There we go. Let's take a quick look at our bank balance, 1.2 mil. Not a staggeringly vast amount. Certainly not enough to get a front or rear wing started. But what I could do is start work on a Mark II side pod, underfloor or suspension. Given that tyres are likely to be the big issue this season, I'm thinking of a suspension. See what kind of gains we could make. Potentially quite good, because we dropped again, I don't want to use these hours. I want to save those for the wings. Let's see what we could do, having done an intense build. We dial some of the focus of tyre wear back a little bit. It was all the way up there. Let's bring it back in a bit. Again, just take a little bit of life out of the durability there. And that will gain us enough to push us over into the 319 kilometre an hour top speed. A slight improvement to acceleration, a little bit of extra downforce, not much. An extra 3%, almost enough to get us up to 45% there. Almost. On our tyre wear. And these are quite cheap to make as well. They're only 300k to build. So let's go ahead and do that. Just a standard no hours upgrade to a Mark III suspension. We don't have enough money to get any more parts done yet. We do have sponsor money coming on the 1st of April. It's going to be 6 mil and change. Plus the couple of mil we'll get from the board. And hopefully another nearly $1 million from Suzuka. We might be able to get both a front and rear wing project underway after Suzuka. If not, after April the 1st. If not, we might have to wait until after Bahrain. Let's take a look at the calendar. So here's the Suzuka Grand Prix. There's where we get our money from the sponsors. And then we've got another week and a half until we go to Bahrain. We'll have research unlocked when we come back from Bahrain, and the new ATR period won't start for another couple of weeks after that. So we'll have some hours that we can choose to either drop into the wings, which is my preference at the moment, or into research for next season. My preference for this ATR period that we're currently in is to get an intense front wing and an intense rear wing started, if we can. But at the very least, a front and rear wing with hours split evenly between the two to try and improve our car performance. And then we'll see what the regulation changes for next season will be. It's advanced time of day. Go to our inbox. Wind tunnel data concern. God damn it. All right, that's approved investigation. We're not... Oh, we are designing something, aren't we? Designing 2 parts. We're designing a chassis and a suspension, so that will delay them both by another 8 days. Fantastic. So, 33 days. What's that going to do to our calendar? Let's advance a day. A couple of days. Let's take a look at the new predicted release dates for those updates. So that is going to be our chassis. That's going to come after Baku. Oh, sorry, after Bahrain. And then the following week, when we get to Saudi Arabia, is when the suspension will be ready. So we'll be able to start building that here on the Monday. Yeah, not ideal to have those pushed back, but let's see, it takes what for a chassis? I think it's 10 days. So we'll have 21 days until we get to Miami race. It will be it's not, is it a sprint? I think it might be a sprint weekend in Miami. Let's have a look. Yes, Miami is a sprint weekend. So I'll only be able to get 1 chassis on the car for the sprint, but we should be able to get the second one on for the race, I think, as long as we don't have any delays in manufacturing. That'll be tight, but we might be able to get new chassis on both cars in time for the, for qualifying and the race for Miami. Suspensions will have to wait until, a bit further down the calendar, I think. So you can see we have a lovely purple smiley face for Valtteri. That'll be worth +2 to his stats. So not looking too bad. It'll be +1 for Checo. There we go. We're up to OK affinity. The little bit of quote-unquote pre-season training from last year. The 5 or 6 months that they had when they joined the team mid-season, in the mid-season break after Hungary, will have certainly helped there. Javi's not happy. He's not happy with the car, or the other staff, or the drivers, or the facility. He really is a negative Nelly, isn't he? His driver retired in Melbourne, which is also not helping. Evelyn Tony, he's absolutely neutral. No opinions at all on his personal situation, so he's not miserable about his salary, which is actually pretty good. The salaries are pretty good at the moment. He's on just 570,000, and he signed that willingly. I didn't have to cheese the salary at all. I made him an offer at that salary, and he snapped it up. So 4-year deal, which has 3 years left on it. At that wage, that's a bargain. And Mark Slade, similar kind of wage as well, 580k. Maybe we could up their wages slightly to cheer them up a bit, but we'll see. Our reserves are looking bleh. They're doing as they are. We do need to think about maybe throwing them in for a session at some point. Marco Peroni also looking okay. Let's see what the board thought of that result. They were delighted with Shanghai. 13th, a very good result in their eyes. That's good. Let's take a quick look at our facilities. So we're at 90s. We should be at 90% on all of these. 87% on the boardroom. That's fine. 87% on the helipad, which I cannot afford to upgrade yet. Tour centre's ticking along very nicely at its new maximum rate. Memorabilia room is good. Would be nice to get that up another level. That's going to cost over $1 million, and that's money we really need to allocate to the car before we jazz up our facilities any further. Likewise with the hospitality area, an upgrade here would be lovely, but just not financially feasible, especially at just under $3 million. Alright, 7 days away from Suzuka, so we should have a weather report now. And, it's going to be a wet weekend. We get to see how our car handles the wet. My guess is just as badly as it handles the dry. It'll be dry on Friday. It'll be damp on Saturday. which could affect qualifying, and then it looks like it's going to be pretty torrential rain on the Sunday. I'm very, very curious to see how the AI treats their tyres in the wet. So we could be seeing at minimum 1 stops, possibly even 2 stops, assuming that it stays at the same conditions all the way through. If there are changes from inter to full wet condition and back again, that could make things very, very interesting indeed. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting race for tomorrow as well. Do I rush all my design upgrades, and did I win? No, I didn't win. Finished 13th. Didn't have any aspirations of winning. As I say, it was very much an anomalous result here in Melbourne, thanks to that early safety car throwing everyone's strategy out the window and the entire field boxing for hards on lap 2. Today was a more realistic kind of interpretation of the tyres. We saw more stops than were technically necessary because teams ran a lot of soft tyres. Again, that might be slightly influenced by it being a sprint weekend. This will be our first experience with wet weather in Japan tomorrow, so that'll be interesting to see how that works. And then after that, after Japan, where do we go? We go to Bahrain, which is almost certainly going to be dry, and that'll be our first real test of just standard tyre weather. No sprint race. Unlikely that we're going to have lots of safety cars. We might have VSCs here and there, but that'll be a proper test of what the tyres are like. We know that normally you can go very aggressive on a soft, medium, soft, and really, really hammer those medium tyres, without the tyre performance mod that we're running. So to see how the tyres react this time will be very interesting, because soft tyres on a hard push at Sakhir probably won't last more than 10 laps, maybe 12 at most. So very, very curious as to how the next couple of races go. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what the wet weather conditions are going to be like for tyre wear for the rest of the grid. Most of the grid does have better tyre wear than us as well. We're only 18th, so it's going to be down to how hard they want to push their tyres as to how many stops they're going to make and what the weather's going to do. I hope you'll join me for that one. I'll be at the usual time of 8 p.m. tomorrow here in the UK for tomorrow's race. If you have enjoyed tonight's race, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. If you're not yet subscribed, why not consider subscribing to the channel as well? Be sure to hit that bell as well for notifications as when the live streams start. And spread the word. Share amongst your friends. Hopefully we can get some more eyeballs on the series so that the modders whose mods I'm running will get to see their work distributed amongst plenty of eyeballs, because they are all amazing, and they definitely deserve that sort of acknowledgement. And spread that word if you can. To answer your question, Tony, which I forgot to do I rush all my upgrades? No, I don't rush any of them. I never ever rush upgrades unless I absolutely have to. I generally try and do intense on the first build, always normal development time, and then normal after that, depending on the regulations and the regulation changes that are pending for the following season, just to try and improve the car. We have made a little bit of progress so far, but there's still a long way to go getting this car up to regular points finishing, let alone fighting consistently for podiums and even wins. So we'll see how the rest of this season goes, see what kind of position we're in after a few more races, when we can get a few more upgrades on the car, and hopefully we can be knocking on the door of points a couple more times this season. We came close today. As tyre wear improves for the rest of the grid, their strategies should start to calm down a little bit as well. So who knows? It's that thrill of the unknown, I think. So anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.